Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we're back from a brand new video. Today's video we are back with this week's Rangers Roundup, and what's interesting about this week's Rangers Roundup from my perspective anyway, it's sort of a confirmation of exits and some of the stories we've been speaking about over the last couple of weeks, and it's a step forward in to what's going to be happening regarding pre-season and Europe. But before we actually get into the Rangers Roundup, I need to take a brief moment at the start of this video to thank every single person watching and thank every single person who's ever took part in the channel, who's commented and who's hit that like button, because as of this morning our channel has now reached over 40,000 subscribers. That is absolutely terrifying, lads. It really is a terrifying number, but it's one that you guys definitely deserve, because even when there was no football, you were still coming here. The support has been absolutely unreal. It's a joy to sit here and do this every other day, and it's always the highlight of my day, lads, and I just wanted to thank you guys for sticking with me, sticking with the channel and making it what it is. But to business then, shall we? And I said earlier on in the video, the first part is going to be a confirmation of some of the stories we've discussed, debated and argued about in the comment section below, and that leads us right to the first transfer out, which has now been officially confirmed by Rangers and the receiving club, and that is the fact that Matt Polster is away back to the MLS to join New England Revolution. And you know, son, without sitting here and repeating every single thing I said in this video 4 or 5 days ago, what we'll do is we'll keep this one very, very brief then, shall we? Because I rate Matt Polster. I like him as a person. He just seemed to be a class A individual, and he was always solid and consistent when he did play. But when you actually look into his time at Rangers Football Club, in 16 months he only played 10 times, and 9 of them happened this season, mostly down to an injury to Tavernier. And despite being a solid, consistent player for all 10 games he played for us, he never really made us all sit back and say, you know what, this is a replacement to Tavernier. We didn't need to worry about Tavernier's injury. In my opinion, even though he was playing very solid and very consistent, we were all counting the days and sort of counting the games until Tavernier came back. And I think that, mixed with the fact that he was never called upon to play in his natural position, which is in midfield, not once was he ever called up and called into a game to change the tide when it wasn't working in the middle of the park. I mean, there was plenty of opportunities for that last season when he was on the bench and the midfield clearly wasn't working. Not once did Gerrard ever turn and say he is a game changer, and I think that has led us to where we are right now, which is of course his exit for £300,000 back to the MLS. But what I do want to say now that it's been all officially confirmed, I wish the guy all the best in the world. Like I said, he was a class act. He always had time for the fans and everything like that. He was a class A individual, and clearly this is also a very good move for him, because he has spoken numerous times about his desire to get back into the national team setup going forward, and I think sitting in the stands at Rangers playing a couple games here or there a season is never ever going to push him to where he wants to be in his own individual career. So I think this is one of these cases, and one of these rare cases, where a transfer is best for all parties. We're getting some money for a player that didn't play too many games. Is that a fantastic transfer fee and an unbelievable fee? No, but Matty P never done anything in a Rangers shirt to warrant an unbelievable, incredible transfer fee. And from the player perspective, it gives him an opportunity to get back playing regular footballs and pursue his dreams of playing for his country. So I think this is a great bit of business for every person involved. The next confirmation we have to talk about is of course Robbie McCrorie joining Livingston on loan for the season with a recall option in January. Now, if you're a regular viewer on this channel, you'd have heard me speak about this multiple times, especially if you caught my last upload I just made on the channel where we talked about the fact that Robbie McCrorie wasn't assigned a shirt number going in to next season, which pretty much confirmed that he would be leaving on loan. Well, it's all been confirmed now, ladies and gentlemen, and he joins Livingston for the season. And all I'm going to say about this one is I couldn't agree more with the decision made by the football club. It's a fantastic place for him to continue to learn and ply his trade, playing week in and week out for Livingston Football Club. And I think the fact he is going to Livingston will impact him massively than it would be maybe going to a couple of other teams in the league. And the reason I say that is Livingston work extensively on their defence, and that's something they pride themselves in since they've came back to the top of the league, defending set pieces. And what a position to send a young goalkeeper into in a team that is focused on their defence. That right there is brilliant management and a brilliant choice by Rangers Football Club. I honestly think this opportunity and chance for Robbie McCrorie will benefit him massively, and I just hope by this point next season, me and we are sitting here talking about whether or not Robbie can challenge for that starting spot. And that's it. That's the bookend to some of the stories and some of the things we've been following on this channel now for a couple of weeks. And now I know some people weren't putting their opinions out there on the last video saying I'm going to wait till it's officially confirmed so I know for definite that's happened. Well, now that's both confirmed, Robbie McCrorie is going on loan and Matty Polster has joined the MLS again. What is your thoughts and opinions? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Get thoughts and opinions down there in the comment section below. Next up, it's time to turn our attention to the future and take a step towards next season, because we now have some fantastic news as Rangers has finally been given the go-ahead to travel to France and be a part of that tournament. And I think given the fact that it's now all officially confirmed that we will take part in this tournament, I think it's going to be a great thing for us going in to next season, because it's not just friendly after friendly. There is just a little bit of competition in, as it is technically a tournament. I just think that added little edge will get the players trying that extra 5% and just add a bit more bite, which obviously will prepare us more for the season to come. Now, both games will be televised, so we will be able to actually see the tournament take place. And the first game up for Rangers Football Club will be on the Thursday, the 16th of July, 7:45 versus Leon. Now, I know what you're thinking. Give wee Beasley, McCulloch and Kuz on a phone. But regarding the date itself, again, it is Thursday the 16th of July or a day after my birthday. Whichever you prefer, lads. Whichever is easier to remember. Plugging my birthday now. Oh, God. And last but not least, the last day of the French tournament will be a couple of days later, as of the 18th of July at 5:15 versus Nice, which should be... Don't say it, CJ. I've already lost them at the birthday joke. Don't say Nice. Don't say it. But one thing I do need to clarify, by the way, because it is getting clickbaited absolutely everywhere. Yes, Celtic are also taking part in this tournament in France, but beyond the actual clickbait of that, they can't play each other. The games are what we just spoke about. After the mini tournament in France, we return back to Scotland for the game on the 22nd of July at 6 PM versus Motherwell. And this game right here, I think, is a perfect preparation for what we face in the first game of the season in Aberdeen, because both teams play very, very similar and both teams are very, very physical. So I like the fact that we've put in this friendly right here. I know it's not a glamour friendly or anything like that, but that's one of the friendlies that will prepare you for what's to come on opening day. And last but not least, regarding our pre-season preparation, our last game will be on the 25th of July versus League One champions Coventry City at 5:15. And I'll be honest, my first reaction to the preparation for the season is I am very, very happy, and I'm very surprised about how well it's actually been put together, because we know the way the world is right now. It's a bit chaos. We never knew what was going to be happening regarding preparation, but now we've got that little bit of competitiveness in the tournament in France. We have the physicality versus Motherwell to play, and we have a team in Coventry City just days before the start of the season who are flying high and full of confidence. That right there is a pre-season full of different challenges and different tests, and that to me is what a pre-season should be. Now lastly, of course, there is going to be games played behind the doors and everything like that, just to get more fitness under the players, but we didn't really focus on them or talk about them a lot in the channel, because we know what they're for. They're not really about the games, they're not really about the result. It's just about getting fitness in the players and getting the boys running pretty much the length of the park for as long as possible. But with all that being said, that is it for the preparation for next season. Now you know how it's all laid out. What is your thoughts and opinions on that? Do you think we've done enough to push us to where we need to be next season? And moving on to the third and final part of this week's Rangers Roundup, it's all about European football, because not only has it been confirmed now that we will be playing at Bayer Stadium, but the next round, if we do manage to qualify versus Bayer Leverkusen, has also been done as of this morning, and our opponents are Getafe or Inter Milan. Now I know what you're thinking, when are we actually going to get a hard draw, CJ? I know, it's ridiculous how many easy draws we get per frickin' round. Now of course we'll only come up against Inter Milan or Getafe if we can overcome that first leg loss versus Bayer Leverkusen, which in itself is a very, very difficult task, because I'll still argue the ear off anyone that Bayer Leverkusen is still one of the best, if not the best team that's in the competition right now. I know Man United's turned things round with Bruno and Pogba and everything like that, but just looking from goalkeeper to striker, what this Leverkusen side has compared to what's also in there, for that is still up there. So aye, there's no respite or reward, ladies and gentlemen, if we can't overcome the German giants. We're either facing a very, very good Spanish team or the Italian giants under Conte. But yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's us reached the end of this week's Rangers Roundup. Hopefully you have liked it enough to hit that like button. That is why it's there, and it helps other people find the channel and support the channel, and it comes up in the old recommendation ons. But I have been CJ Nova 92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.